everybody, and welcome to part 3 of what if Izuku Midoriya had an Anti-Quirk Sword, like Asta's from Black Clover, but adapted to the My Hero Academia universe. If you haven't seen the previous parts, there will be a link in the description below and the annotation above. I suggest you do so. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed the video, Detroit, smash that like button. Okay. The next day of school arrived. The students go to class, and they wait for the teacher to arrive, and All Might comes in through the door saying, "I am here!" Well, in a more heroic face. "Coming through the door like a hero!" Midoriya starts freaking out. "Oh my god, oh holy crap, it's All Might!" All Might says, "Anyway," because Midoriya kind of interrupted him, "today we will be doing combat training, but if we're going to do that, we need to do it in style." All Might pushes a button in a remote he has in his hand, and something like the suit's containers pop up from the wall. Alma continues by saying, "Why don't you try those on and meet me at Training Ground Gamma?" About 15 minutes later, the students meet up with All Might at Training Ground Gamma, wearing their hero uniforms. This version of events, I'm going to say Midoriya is wearing something different. I'm going to say, since he's kind of inspired on Asta's design, a leather jacket with a 5-leaf clover, dark green 5-leaf clover in the back, greenish shirt, I don't know, black pants that still elastic but whatnot, a belt with a hilt for the sword on the side, so he can put the sword in. Once all the students are gathered outside, All Might pulls a script and starts explaining the exercise. Okay, this is the situation. You'll be split into teams of 2. One group will be the heroes and the other will be the villains. The heroes have 15 minutes to defeat the villains. They win by either capturing the villains using this capture tape, or by disabling the weapon by touching it. Likewise, the villains win if time expires, or if they capture the heroes. IIda asks, "Will the teams be chosen randomly, or will be choosing them ourselves?" Tsuyu asks, "Do we have to worry about expulsion if we fail, like with Mr. Aizawa?" And others start asking more questions. Ahmad says, "Why, you guys should let me explain the whole thing before asking questions." And answer some of the questions by saying, "For this exercise we'll be drawing lots." IIda says why that is very inefficient, and Midoriya kind of explains the situation to him, saying that it's actually very smart, since sometimes you have to kind of make it on the job, kind of coordinate with other agencies on the spot. The lots are drawn, and the first team going this time, like in the main continuity, is Bakugou and IIda as the villains versus Uraraka and Midoriya as the heroes. Before the exercise starts, Midoriya and Uraraka start, coordinating. Midoriya tells Uraraka, "Knowing Bakugou, he will probably be impulsive and go after me. I think our best strategy is to search for the weapon together. When he attacks, we split off. You keep searching for the weapon, I keep Bakugou busy. If I manage to defeat him, I will follow to where you tell me, and we will both take care of IIda." Uraraka agrees with the plan, and they execute it. Time starts. Midoriya and Uraraka get into the building and start searching through the building. They reach an intersection, and Bakugou jumps out of it, like the other hall connection, throwing an explosion at them. Midoriya and Uraraka dodge the attack. Midoriya summons his sword and gets in a battle stance, and tells Uraraka to go find the weapon. For the start of the fight, Bakugou throws a succession of many explosions at Midoriya. Midoriya blocks, parries, and dodges most of the attacks, like not really getting hit by any of them. After a bit of time passes, about 2 minutes, Bakugou jumps off and explains how his gauntlets work. Like, he jumps away and explains. Before launching a huge explosion in the room, All Might, having heard everything, says, "Bakugou, you can't use that, you will kill him." Bakugou says, "Not if he dodges," and kind of throws the huge explosion. That creates a lot of damage to the room. After a few seconds, the smoke clears. Midoriya is fine, standing in the middle of the room. He did not dodge. He blocked the attack, hitting it back, creating a hole next to him. He kind of made it go sideways. All Might then says, Bakugou, that explosion was extremely reckless even for a villain. Do that again and you will fail this exercise automatically. Bakugou gets angry at that comment. At that point, Midoriya charges with his sword at Bakugou, trying to strike him. Bakugou easily dodges the attack, hitting Midoriya in the stomach with an explosion, throwing Midoriya against the wall. When he hits Midoriya, Midoriya drops his sword on the ground. Bakugou grabs the sword and goes to Midoriya. As Midoriya is getting up, Bakugou starts taunting him. I told you you wouldn't be able to defeat me. You had no chance, you quirkless loser. Now die, Deku! Bakugou tries to throw an explosion at Midoriya, but he can't seem to trigger the attack, like the explosion isn't throwing. Surprising the hell out of himself. Midoriya takes advantage of Bakugou being so startled and tackles Bakugou down. Bakugou lands on the ground. The sword kind of falls out of his hands in the fall, but he gets a small cut in his hand, and then the sword disappears. Midoriya summons it again to his hand. Bakugou, when he cut himself. Bakugou gets up and Midoriya tells him, You should know, Kachan. You can call me Deku all you want, but from now on, Deku is the name of a hero. Like screaming at him like he kind of does in the main continuity. Bakugou smiles and tries to throw a huge explosion at Midoriya, like the one All Might banned him from using again, but the explosion doesn't trigger. Bakugou is very weirded out by this. He kind of whispers, It feels like Aizawa is using his quirk on me. Midoriya attacks Bakugou and hits him over the head, like he hits him in the head, to knock him out. Midoriya then uses the capture tape to restrain Bakugou a bit, taking him out of the running. Meanwhile, Uraraka has found the room with the weapon and accidentally revealed her position to IIda by laughing because of how IIda was acting. They find themselves in a face-off when Uraraka is told through the earpiece, Uraraka, I defeated Bakugou. Where are you? I can go back you up now. Uraraka tells him, I'm on the floor above you, south side. A minute later, Midoriya joins the two. He summons his sword again since he didn't need it while he was walking up and would have slowed him down. And keeps IIda distracted while Uraraka tries to touch the weapon. IIda tells Midoriya, excuse me, because they're kind of in a sparring, and runs to the weapon to move it to another spot before Uraraka can touch it. After some more sparring, like between IIda and Midoriya, Midoriya manages to graze IIda with his sword, breaking a bit of the armor and making a small cut. IIda was running at that moment, and because of the momentum he had and his engine stopped not working anymore, IIda trips and falls to the ground. Uraraka then goes to the weapon and touches it, so the heroes are the ones who win the exercise, with 2 minutes left on the counter instead of 0. As IIda and Bakugou are taken to the infirmary because of the cuts, like small injuries, grazes and whatnot, the healing doesn't work at first since Midoriya's, like, the cut kind of leaves traces of the blade. After a few minutes the effect fades, but yeah. At first the healing doesn't trigger. Back in class, Midoriya is told that he was the MVP of the exercise, making him very happy and very cheerful. Midoriya has a confrontation with Bakugou where they have like a discussion similar to the one in the main continuity, except him saying, I don't know how I got this power, but I can tell you this, I will be number 1 with it. Kirishima even tells Midoriya, that fight was awesome, dude. You did great. It has me pumped up for my fight. The rest of the rounds proceed normally, and after the students are done, they go to class and then they go home, like in the anime. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to leave a suggestion for what can be in the series or whatever, like if you want a new series, whatever. Leave it in the comments. Until next time, bye everyone!